So there are two methods of rolling newspaper, and what we want in the end is to create, either with our newspaper or our magazine pages, is to create some paper tubes that are flattened for our project. So there's two methods of creating these tubes, and I'm going to demonstrate both. I'm going to demonstrate both methods with both materials. So I'm going to start with my newspaper. In the first method, I'm going to take one of my 4-inch wide strips of newspaper, and I'm going to lay the long edge towards me. And it doesn't matter which tool you work with, whether you're working with a pencil or if you do happen to have a dowel rod about the size of a pencil. The first method is, when the paper is in this position, you're going to lay the tool down on top of the edge, and you're going to start lifting that edge up. And what you want to do is get it to tuck under your tool and roll around it into a tube. As you start reaching the end, you're going to want to apply some glue. And if you're using liquid glue, you want to make sure that you touch the tip of the glue bottle to the paper. Get close to the edge. Create a bead of glue all along that edge. And then you want to thin it out even more. So I just take a finger and I just swipe along that bead of glue. Pick up some excess. Thin it out. Continue rolling my paper up. And seal that edge down. Now, because I'm using a thin amount of glue, that edge is going to start staying in place a lot faster than if I used a lot of thick, goopy glue. So thin glue is the best method for this project. Now, once I have that tube edge staying, I can hold the tube. My paper edge is not lifting up. Then I'm ready to remove my pencil. So if you are using a pencil, this is why I suggest you have two, because you can use one to push the other one out. And then you can set this tube aside. Now I have a little bit of glue on my work area. You could cover your work area with paper. Just try not to stick your tubes to that paper. My surface cleans up pretty easily because it's plastic. So I'm just going to take a little bit of cleaner and wipe that off. Doesn't hurt to have a little damp paper towel nearby to clean your fingers also. So that's method number one. You take the strip of paper, you lay the long edge down towards you, you take your tool, you pick up the edge, you want to start rolling up the paper around the tool. So work to get that edge tucked in under there. Sometimes it works faster than others. Once you have that started, roll up the paper around your tool. Again, thin amount of glue. If you're using liquid glue, make sure the tip of the glue bottle is touching the paper. Take one of your fingers and thin out that glue even further. Picking some up, removing it, thinning it out, continue the roll. Pick up the tube, work along that seal. Once it feels as if it is staying down, not lifting up, then remove your tool. And again, it helps if you have a second pencil, if that's what you're using, to push the other one out. and put your tube off to the side. The other method of rolling up your paper is to start at a corner. So I'm going to lay my tool at my corner, and I want it to be a 30-60 degree angle. So I have a thinner angle up here, that's my 30-degree angle, and a wider angle down here, which is a 60-degree angle. And I'm going to pick up my corner, and when I do this, I want more of my tool up towards the area that has more paper. And I'm going to, again, start rolling the paper up around my tool. And you'll notice the tool is smaller than the paper. That's okay. I'm keeping good pressure on the tool. And as I get closer here to the end, once again, I'm going to apply some glue. This time it's to a corner instead of a whole edge. Thin out that glue once again. Continue the roll. And pick up and work on that glued edge until it seems to be staying down. Now if you have a little bit sticking up, I just took a little bit of glue that was left on my finger there from thinning it out to help stick that down. Once that corner is stuck and it's not lifting, once again I want to get my tool out of there. So I'm going to use my pencil, my other pencil. Going to start pushing my other tool out. Take it out of there and put my tool, take my tube and put it off to the side. So there, quickly, I've made 3 tubes already. So once again, I'll show you the corner method. This time you want the corner coming towards you. When you lay your tool down, you want a larger amount of your tool up towards the side of the paper that has more length. So my shorter side here has less of the tool. I want to lay it at a 30-60 degree right triangle and start rolling up the paper around my tool. And when I near the end, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that corner. Once again, I'm going to thin it out because it will allow me to work faster. Continue to roll. And then I pick up my paper tool and I work along that edge until it sticks down. And once it is sticking, then I can remove my tool. So if I can't grab a hold of it, I'm going to take my other pencil and I'm going to use that to help push my tool out of the paper tube. And I'm going to set this tube aside. So I'm going to clean up from my newspaper and then I'm going to demonstrate using the magazine strips.